Hey, you guys. Welcome to today's y'all. Sorry. To today's keynote. Listen, I got a lot to say in a little bit of time. So I am testing. All last week I went live at noon. This week I'll be going live at 7 p.m. And just testing just to kind of see the flow for me in my life because I really want to become consistent. And I cannot say that I'll be coming live every day, but at least once a week I will be coming live to give you guys some tips, inspiration, all of that. If we have not met before, my name is Keandra Ward. I am the founder of the KWI Collective. We're a marketing, public relations, and media firm here based out of Tampa, Florida. Now, I know people like to put hashtag replay, but here at the KWI Collective, if you're watching the replay, we put hashtag tapped in. So if you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, just put hashtag tapped in and let me know that you're tapped into the conversation. So tonight we're going to talk about some of the 2026 trends in the space of marketing. I'm going to give you guys one or two trends in my membership group and in our complimentary group. And I'll give you guys the link to that information. We're actually going to dig deep all week long into some of these trends. I think I have a list of 7 to 8 trends that you need to look at for business within the space of marketing for 2026. And we're going to go over maybe one or two of them today. But before I do that, I want to thank everybody for all of your congratulations, your likes on the post that I put from the speaking event on Saturday, which was Walking in My Purpose. This was my second year being in attendance there, and I absolutely love this event. It really helps you to plan out and begin to really think about not only your goals, but who you need to become to reach those goals. So I'm excited about that, and thank you for everyone who I met there this year, who came from last year, and who just commented on the post. Listen, guys, it was an amazing time. Now, let me tell y'all how I am already in the new year. So if you haven't heard or if I haven't talked to you, I usually plan out the next year in July or August. By the end of August, my 2026 was already planned out for business. And see what I put? I was already ahead of the game. Look, I put 2026 in the date. I was already ahead of the game, already excited for next year. But my talk was My Pivot Has Purpose Part 2, and really detailing when I realized that I had to pivot, not only in life, but in business, the steps that I took to do the pivot. Now, crazy thing is, sometimes you're kind of just doing things and you don't know that there are steps that you need to take until you take them. And then you go back and look at the process. And that's really what I did. I went back and looked at the process to the steps that I was taking and jotted them down and kind of put it together for the participants. And so it was an amazing time. And I thank everyone. I thank my friends and family. Here are all the speakers. I thank my friends and family who showed up. We had a great time this year. So remember, I told you guys I didn't want to be long because I got a little bit of time and a lot of information. So let's get down to some of the trends for marketing in the space of marketing for 2026. Okay. I put a post up earlier today that, as you know, you have seen it. AI is everywhere and it's moving rapidly. The communities that I'm in, I mean, literally every day something is changing and it's growing and they're enhancing the products. So for marketing, it's going to be very AI heavy, but people want trusted, right? They want trusted communities, trusted spaces in the space of AI and marketing. And it'll be very community driven and design led. So I want you to think about the aesthetic and design of how you're going to market to your consumers. I also want you to think of not just the design, like the graphics and the look of it, but the process, your funnels, the flow, the communication process that you'll have. When they come in contact with you, what's the next step? What does that relationship building structure look like? So I want you guys to think about those things. And so, Now, when we think about AI, at first AI was like, oh, it's cool, we can dibble dabble with it. They were trying things out. Now it is not used as kind of like an online toy or something that you could use kind of like a toy for business. It is growing into a growth engine, a core growth engine for most brands. People, when I was researching, and I've been doing a lot of research in the last week. So basically, a lot of major analysts say that 2025 was basically the year that AI proved that it's more than just speed. It's more than just finding something, information quickly. And now 2026, it's about people using and understanding the platforms of the different platforms in AI better and making smarter decisions on how to effectively use it for their business to drive actual brand growth. And so that's what the focus in the space of AI should be for your brand, is to really look at the things that you want to do, the products and services that you use, the tools that you currently use, and how to integrate AI one to one help you and to drive growth. So when we all also look at it, it's not just about automating tasks. It is definitely going to be used to expand what marketing can even do for your brands. You'll have, as you can see, you have a lot more creative variations. You see people now using Sora and doing the videos. There'll be a lot more tests. There'll be people testing things out a lot more. You'll see a lot more personalized journeys because people are able to tell stories a lot quicker and easier through video, right? And instead of a human like myself going live and doing it, things like that, you can do the turnaround, and the storytelling process as it relates to video is actually quicker. So, honestly, for you, what that means is that AI isn't extra anymore for you. It should be baked within the strategy of what you do. I mean, all the way down to media, your analytics, your pricing structure, product decisions, all of those things, you can utilize that. You should be able to build workflows, SOPs, libraries, and even look through your governance with using the AI tools that are out and that are coming out. So, what I love for you to do is really just begin to look at all of the tools that you have and that you use, and how could you now utilize AI to, one, help you, especially if you're a solopreneur. It's going to be important that you do things to cut time, to save time for yourself, right? And then when we look at SEO, people were asking me about this. I'm going to do these two, and I'll dig deeper into this, into our community, and I'll give you guys access to the community. We do have a complimentary space, and I'll be teaching this within the complimentary space and our paid spaces at different levels. But when we look at it, SEO is evolving into what we call GEO, which is generative engine optimization. Okay, so we're already talking about it. When we think about GEO, is optimizing content. So AI search and answer engine and answer questions. I'm sorry, and answer structures and engines can bring your brand up in summaries. That's basically what it is. So basically, it's already started, honestly, in Chat GPT. In some cases, people have done research on different topics, and other people's brands are showing up in their searches as brands to connect with. That's basically what this is. Okay, let's give it a round. I was trying to read the formal definition, and I'm like, that's not it. Let me just go ahead and break it down to what this is, right? That's not going to get it. So understanding what that is and how that affects you. So we know that it's going to be a little bit more than just keywords, right? It's going to be able to show your entities, your expertise, original insights from your brand, to be able to pull that AI will be able to pull to show you as the expert. So those are things that you want to do. And so I'll be teaching in our green room. Let me find the link for you. Let me get the link for you. I'll be teaching in our complimentary community. It's down there on the bottom, the green room, how to begin to structure your brand around a GEO strategy, and to really begin to look at what that looks like and to begin to do that. And then, yeah, I told you guys I have probably about 10 tips as it relates to preparing for 2026 in the space of marketing. And I'm talking about digging deep into all 10 of those tips this week inside of our community. You can see it as it's scrolling on the bottom. It's complimentary to come into the backstage. I don't really care about you paying to get the information. What I want is for you to get the information. The thing that I'm finding is that a lot of entrepreneurs that I am talking to and engaging with, we are at the end of the curve, right? We're jumping on it at the end when we should be jumping on it at the beginning, and be kind of on the forefront. I don't want you to be on the back end of some of these concepts. Even if you don't begin to integrate them right now into what you're doing, at least you have heard the term and you understand what it is. So when you are ready, you know what to do, right? And so that's what I want. That's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for you all this entire year, to really begin to do that. Now, I will say that listening to the strategies that I'll be providing inside of the community and giving these trends and the tips around these trends, and then joining us for our workshop in January, let me tell you, chef's kiss, it's going to have you'll be ready to go up a notch when you come into the workshop, by looking at these trends and being prepared with the trends that we'll cover inside the community. So I'm going to be dropping short videos. I'm just going to be dropping text and comments, or texted content in the community, so that people are aware. Listen, guys, I want you guys to join us. Let me take that off so that you can see, so that you can see the entire flyer. So I'm excited to connect with branding expert Mr. Ernest to really help us look at branding and marketing, especially for 2026. Remember, I am inside the Backstage Pass community. I will be giving you the 10 top trends for 2026. It is complimentary to come into the community. So go ahead. You can see and scroll on the link there. While you are on that page, you can go ahead to our events tab and you'll get the information to join us for this workshop. It is only $35. And let me be very clear, for the information, that price for the information that you are going to get, it's actually priceless, but it should be way more. Okay. But Mr. Ernest and our goal is really just, we want to share, we want to give, and we want to help prepare. We want to set you up for success. Now, what we can do is set the ball up. We can set you up, but you got to hit it. You got to strike it. You got to do the work. You have to do the work. And so I'll be posting, of course, this flyer. You'll see it a lot over the next couple of weeks to get you guys prepared and ready. And remember it. It's only going to be an hour and a half, and I promise you it'll be an hour and a half well spent. Okay. Now, again, if you have not, please join us in the Backstage Pass community. The green room is complimentary. That's our complimentary space, and it allows you, there's tips, information and downloads in there, community engagement. We have some weekly things that we are doing and we will be doing come 2026. So I am excited about that. So what I love for you to do is go to the website, theKWIcollective.com, and you'll see join us backstage, and you'll see the events tab to join us either backstage or on the events tab for this event. Okay. Listen, it's not just enough to say you want to run a profitable business. It's not just enough to do the planning. You also have to research, know what's coming up, what are the trends, what's the forecast, okay? and what you need to do to implement and how fast you begin to implement. Because of the way of the world and how AI is, it's fast, you got to implement just as fast. So find your niche, find your area, know it, implement those immediate changes that come up within that niche, when in AI and in marketing, in your brand, and just be ready. Be ready for the next. Be ready for what's coming up. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just like with everything, you want to choose one or two things that you want to be good at or that you want to focus on within your brand, so that you can master those and get a good hand around it and concept around it. And then you can begin to explore other things. So don't stress yourself out. Pace yourself and grow. All right, guys, I hope this has helped you. I am excited to come on in the evenings, and we'll see how this works. I'm going to check. I'm going to do a couple of times in the evening to see and test it out. But if you haven't already, visit us online at theKWIcollective.com/backstage community, and I will see you guys backstage. Always remember, you set the tone for your day, year, and life. Make it a great one, y'all. I'll talk to you soon.